despertado, encadenado. Oh, vela, chao, 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 chao. La tierra mía me la han robado. He despertado, encadenado. Oh, vela, chao, 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 chao. La tierra mía me la han robado.
Hi guys, this is a quick announcement for safety guideline, and yeah, you know the drill for COVID-19 safety measurement. I hate to do this, but every year everyone wants to celebrate this New Year Eve. But let's put it aside from New Year Eve. We are going to face a big curve here, and this is the video that I'm going to play.
The countdown is on to 2022, but a new surge in COVID cases is putting celebrations in jeopardy.
We always had 20 or 20, my son's about 30 years old, and all his friends come over, our neighbors, our friends, relatives, 20, 25 people. They all stop in, and it goes all night, and that's gone.
Tonight in New York City's Times Square, the ball is up, but officials are hoping to keep the crowd count down.
We are looking to stay right here and hang out for New Year's and bring in 2022. Woo!
Last month, Mayor Bill de Blasio seeming optimistic, sending this invitation to the nation.
This New Year's Eve, Times Square, everyone come on down. We're celebrating.
But just days before the ball drop, striking a different tone, announcing plans to scale back the celebration.
New reported cases 7-day average, a figure we could never have imagined.
In a normal year, hundreds of thousands of people would pack into Times Square on New Year's Eve. This year, only 15,000 will be allowed in, and everyone is required to show proof of vaccination and wear a mask.
The changes come as COVID cases in the U.S. hit an all-time high Tuesday, with the weekly average topping 260,000.
The New Year's Eve celebration where you have 30 or 40 people and you don't know the vaccine status of many of the people, that's something you really want to stay away from.
Cities across the country now forced to rethink those big New Year's Eve celebrations. Some cities scrapping festivities altogether. San Francisco canceling their New Year's Eve fireworks, and Atlanta putting their annual peach drop on hold.
I think it's a responsible move for the city because of the new variant coming out. So I really do think it's the best interest of the city to keep everyone safe as possible.
But the party isn't stopping in Vegas, where fireworks from atop 8 different casinos will light up the Strip at midnight. Chicago has promised the city's biggest fireworks show ever, despite the governor's warning.
Omicron and Delta are coming to your party. So you need to think twice about how many people will be gathered together, keeping social distancing if you're at a party, and if you can't, leave.
Another New Year's Eve apart for some, with hope for more gathering in the year to come.
We need to get rid of this virus, so 2022 is going to be better.
And Priscilla Thompson is live in Times Square for us tonight. Priscilla, what was the overall sense you got from people you spoke to about, whether they have any anxiety about being in a large gathering?
Well, Aaron, I spoke to a few locals who tell me they plan to stay in this New Year's Eve, but most of the people here that I spoke to are tourists, and they tell me that they're vaccinated, they're boosted, they're going to wear those masks, but plan on going out on the town. Aaron?
So since we are talking about these big public celebrations, what are the health experts actually saying about hosting, these gatherings, or hosting gatherings at home even?
Well, doctors say that if you're at home with family or having small gatherings, as long as you know the vaccination status of everyone there and you know that they're vaccinated and boosted, you should be okay to move forward with those celebrations. But of course, if you're not feeling well before heading out, it's probably best to stay at home. Aaron?
All right, Priscilla Thompson for us tonight in Times Square. Priscilla, thank you.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow
Well, as you see the news, CNBC alert me early on the 30th, and I am putting this safety measurement at work as well. What I did at work is JSA, Joint Security Area, for postponing situation to get worse. What I did is essentially needed to, not just because I think it's inconvenient to people. It's inconvenient to all the staff and peoples that we really don't want to get ourselves into Omicron and other viruses, Delta, Omicron. Now the mixture of two viruses in one place and high risk situation. At Studio 02, our 02 studio, I put safety measurement is inform the instructor to give information as COVID-19 spike. I have to ask the lecturers to advise the student to wear a mask 1 meter distant like apart so they can stand and wash the equipment, and all the hardwares and tools that we provided them have to be washed, and the wheel must be washed as well. I mean, the wheel we use towel to wipe. Now this is a part of safety measurement, and for our staff safety, I walk around both sides, Studio 1 to see whether they doing their work, and 02 is safety measurement, because safety measurement is high and we definitely don't want the Delta and Omicron to be together. So what I did is essentially, it's inconvenience to the clients and people that want to do the artwork, but for our safety we put this procedure. I will be doing GSA work as a joint security area advisory, because I really don't like when 4 people in one place to wash an equipment, which is not so hard. That's why this early the afternoon when I was at work, I see people still gather around like 4 people, 5 people in the sink, where the sink is so small, and I feel this is not right and we should trouble ourselves to inform the instructor that this cannot go on. We cannot let 4 people, 5 people in the sink and wash and let them go. We, as far as safety management go, I myself don't want to get COVID, and I know people that have COVID, and recovery from COVID is painful. From various reports, and WHO does advise us not to travel around. Even BTL flights has been cancelled and all the borders are now shut back down. Those that already had their flights, BTL flights, go all the way to United States, other countries like South Korea, North Korea, also COVID cases gone spike up. We had to go down. We have to pressure the people not to gather around. We make sure all COVID case must be shut, and no gaps, no forgiveness to those people that don't take security on their own risk. I myself take it as a safety tool that we really have to stop the COVID. I don't like COVID. Everybody don't like COVID. We are sick of staying at home. We are sick of getting frustration about COVID. But we have to follow the 1 meter distancing apart. And if you're thinking of New Year Eve celebration, NBE, I would suggest, or NYE actually, I would suggest not to, or if you can, gather the 3 people statement rules rather than the 5. I would really gradually take this as a safety opportunity to say that we all have to follow rules and regulations. I know everybody hate it. I also hate it. But this is what is happening is I'm going to pull up this application that I have on my phone, the Trace Together application. It should say vaccinated with the green color, or the green tick to make sure you're vaccinated. And I do advise people to wear their mask every day. Like, make sure if you're going out, bring a hand sanitizer and keep your 1 meter distancing. I know people want to rush in, say that Happy New Year and all the greatest of the messages, but I definitely would. I love those, but the thing is, we cannot let this happen again. We cannot keep, I know I cannot keep the customer out, nor I would get myself in trouble, but I definitely put a GSA limitation of 1 people or 2 people at the sink. I will never ask them to like disband or anything. It's technically advisory because I want to be a safety ambassador to manage our studio in so-called safety measure. And well, I took these 2 days on try out on the safety measurement and what I can do. First day I get myself in trouble, but second was okay because I asked the instructor to information the student about changing the COVID list. At least 2 people limitation. 1 person can wash at one time, and the other people, they can sit in their store until we call them out or let them use the sink once the other person left. That's what I love to see about COVID. I immediately saw the news. I know there is a big problem. I took the risk to make the management notice. Even the boss asked me yesterday, what am I doing? I'm keeping the studio safe and I'm trying to make sure people follow the rules and regulation. Other than that, we get penalty $10,000 and we don't want that to happen. And the company is really from South Korea, and I know South Korea love to spend their New Year Eve with a big bang, but no more big bang here. I'm going to limit to certain amount of celebration. I'm making sure the safety is gonna be up. I don't want no COVID case to be announced that our store will be shut down or studio will be shut down. That is not what we actually want. And I'm saying it on my own term. I'm taking up GSA, and GSA will be implemented until further notice. As much as I hate to like do so, but we have to keep ourselves safety. And those that don't really follow the guideline, we would advise the management to talk to them, because this case going up, Omicron, I haven't taken the booster shot, which is delayed. But other people from ages, if you guys have the messages for vaccination, please go and take the shot. I don't want to second day I be caught and say, hey boss, I got COVID, can I take a break? This is not how it goes, and the company won't allow these kind of cases. So yeah, as a safety management, I would advise not to crowd around. I would advise distancing for 1 meter, and those that don't follow the rules and regulation, please don't mess around with these people. Otherwise, when you get yourself $10,000 fine the next day in your mailbox, and I don't want that to happen to myself. And all this safety in placement and everything will be heavily monitored over the weekdays, weekends. And I do wish people to be safe. I don't want my clients to be fucked up with COVID, and it's gonna cost us everybody to be ART tested. We don't like the ART test, but I did the ART test once a month or once a week now because of the Omicron. But ART test doesn't officially tell you, but they will send you a message from WHO, International Water Bottle, for Worldwide Health Organization. They did send a message to alert you that you're clear and everything. That would be great. And I did get myself a thank you note from the instructor earlier that, yo, thanks for being information and inform the guys that we are not allowing this to happen, and safety management first. And second is no children is allowed on the studio ground unless parents or other guardians will be with them, because we are using mechanic and our wheels is from South Korea and the underneath is very sharp. We definitely don't want people to cut their hand or injury or anything that can cause problem. That's why I place myself there, and yeah, the kids approach me and everything, asking for information about check-in and stuff. I would suggest them to go to Studio One to do the counter check-in. And there is a sanitizer and a thermometer, or what you call it, a fever checker thingy. I mean, I never see a talking machine before, but okay, we got one of those, and it's active. It's not active at the cafe because it's not open yet, but it will be partly activated next year, which is tomorrow. But I do want to tell you guys in advance, I'm sorry if I let you guys not happy about this information, but COVID is gonna stay on long enough, but we have to fight back COVID. Once in a while, I let students go through bypass. It's okay, but now we need to make the safety management up and put up a lot of problem. So I myself volunteered to be a safety management, but the other thing I don't want to get myself into trouble is safe distancing officer. Yeah, those red color clothes are not leaving, and they are deploying more, like more than the previous count, like 1,000 or 900, and I don't really want that to happen. Like, I don't want people to get themselves a penalty fine of $10,000, and you can end up in jail as well if you don't listen to them. I myself get into trouble with one of them before, and they just give me a fair warning. But the next thing you don't want that to happen is they take a picture and send it to your mailbox. Hey, you got a fine for $10,000, and good luck, see you in court. I really don't want that to happen, and I don't want that to happen to our student, and we don't want that. I myself don't want this to happen to our studio, and I myself would advise not to gather around. Right? If it's a huge party, I understand 5 people is a limitation, but we do advise people to do the safe distancing, 1 meter apart rules as regulation, and 1 people washing, another people go, another person take over, that kind of stuff. And yeah, please, for goodness sake, I'm using it every day. K94, KF94 from South Korea. This South Korea 3-ply is gonna be usable every day, and they are deploying more, or you can buy it online, stock up, and get ready for the worst. So I have KF94 done, vaccination done, and to all employer, please take note that this safety management is not just because of one problem. It's Omicron that we are dealing with, and Delta. These 2 viruses mixed up is become a deadly virus, and we are mainly vaccination, and we don't want people to get caught in the red hand of fire. And JSA will be implemented in the studio from my end, but I don't know about other places. I do advise people to follow the same regulation rather than let the Omicron and Delta to be collapsed together and cause a major problem, and we might end up in the worst place ever happened, quarantine zone. So I do advise people to do the safety management, and I do want to see people get well from COVID. And sorry for those people that lost their family for COVID. I really am sorry for what happened in the world, but we cannot let this virus outrun us again. So I do advise you all to be safety and have fun, take care, and be safe, everybody. And I will be looking out for the company as much as I'm on schedule, I will be looking into Studio 2, Studio 1 for safety management. But I definitely doing my job as well as part of daily tasks, and I'm making sure if the student don't comply on the 1 meter distancing, we are allowed to talk to the instructor to disrupt this. But if the instructor is busy and the student refuse to go out as prompted, I myself will step in and tell them that, hey, due to this COVID-19 cases spike up, we would like to inform you that 1 meter safety distancing is applied here, and if you can't do this kind of thing, please take your photo outside, and we will be happy to see you in a month time after the pottery, the art that is done by the student. We will contact them in 1 month time to come down and take their piece. But I definitely don't want to get myself into this COVID case, and I really appreciate if people can listen to our advice rather than fighting. I don't want that to happen either. But yeah, as safety is number one in our priority, I want people to respect as well. And what I mean by respect, there's cases that I myself find it impossible to even believe this to happen, but staff is there to help and give you the upper hand of like a second wing person to help you out with your needs. But we do comply to safety distancing, and we do comply that you respect to our staff as well, because our staff go through the COVID list to make sure we are not COVID, and we want to keep the COVID as low as possible. Safety measurement and responsibility is one. And second, do not bully staff. I don't understand how on earth a student can be so disapproval. Like, I don't know whether these other people have this kind of common sense issue, but I would advise people not to fight the staff. As we stated, please respect the staff, and if the staff give you help and assistance, please follow the guideline and be nice to them. As much as I hate to do so, but I want people to respect our staff, I want our staff to be respected, and I want the work to be done. And I also want to apply for myself that I want to go back home and watch manga, or watch a video about manga, Japanese comic book thingy. I don't know whether I should say that out loud, but I really does have some kind of liking on the Japanese book. So I do not want our staff to be disrespected. As much as I hate, but I do have to pull up this, and it's really bad. I don't know how bad the case gonna be, but I do hope COVID dies down and we can disband the GSA announcement. And I don't really want our people to get disrespected, and we do hope our South Korean counterpart can do the same thing, and we want our border to be open to everybody. And I want our studio to be operational throughout 2022 without virus, without any situation outburst. So thank you very much on the behalf of Am I Addicted Studio, Walking on Sunshine, and You're My Sunshine. The cafe is the two corporation under one rooftop. We visually want people to be safety is number one. And number two, please remember to check in. And number three, always check if you're vaccination. Like if you're vaccinated, please do so. Please indicate to the staff as a friendly matters. And number three, I would advise if you're not vaccinated, please use our delivery system. If you want to eat our food or do some art studio painting, please get vaccination. If you're not vaccinated, I'm sorry, we have to decline your service and we cannot let you go in. It's a part of the rules and we need to make that happen. And I myself had to put up with JSA, Joint Security Awareness, but I do hope we can disband these JSA things and get back to normal operational, but we do want people to be safety is our number one concern. And please respect our staff that appear to give you help, not here to cut our problem with other people. And stay aware of the case. I mean, if you know where the case is going to be, it's either east, west, north, central. I don't know. I myself scared of the virus, but I still came to work and I am very aware of what is going on, and I am stopping people from giving more. And safety management is not cheap. I'm personally saying this on my own term that I set up the GSA for 2 days tryout, and first day was a mega fail. Then the second day enroll today, I know people respect the safety distancing now, and I would apply to everybody that do so, and I don't want our people to get COVID. Is all I can say. And do respect the staff still. I mean, it's a necessary action, and we will thanks for the customers to happen to pop in and visit. We really like your support, so thank you so much on behalf, and I will be signing off from here, and I hope I see you guys have a happy new year, and there will be some sort of event for us as a streamer. We are going to do not a countdown, definitely I don't want to do a countdown, but I will be saying Happy New Year at 12 a.m. in the evening, and I do hope people celebrate, but keep in mind safety is number one, and number two, keep the streamers happy. Like other people, even though I'm not online, other people will be taking over streams, and I do hope people support them as well. So thank you very much, and have a nice day, and like Happy New Year everybody, and take care, be safe, and I hope to see the studio to be open up again to normal status. Now we are planning to put in extra safety management or safety measure. For our plan is not declared yet. We will put the lane to 1 meter distancing is definitely approval. And I would love to thank you guys for helping. Cheers!